Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having an absolutely beautiful day. So today I'm finally getting around to something that I've been wanting to film for beyond ages, and basically I'm sure you guys know by now, but I'm super passionate about sustainability and about saving the planet, and leading on from that, I have been transitioning into a zero waste lifestyle for quite some time now, and I just wanted to share with you 10 tips that I found really helped me along my journey and helped me to reduce the amount of waste that I'm creating, and ultimately to help minimize the impact that my existence has on the earth. So let's just get straight into it. The first tip that I have is to actually write down in a journal how much plastic you're using. So think of it sort of like as a logbook, and this is what I used to do back when I was trying to figure out what I can cut down on, because when you actually write it down and you think like, oh, I used a coffee cup today, or I used a straw today, you figure out where it needs to be changed and needs to be improved. And that's like the most perfect way to start, in my opinion, because it just helps you realize the areas that need a little bit of improvement, and helps you realize how much of an impact you're having. It puts everything into context for you. So yeah, I think that's a really great tip, a great place to start, especially if you're just getting into sustainability and zero waste living. So the second tip is pretty common. Like, a lot of people already use this regardless of whether they're more into sustainability or whether they just don't give a shit, but it's basically bringing your own shopping bags when you go shopping. So bringing like these bags you can buy from Coles, you can buy them like pretty much anywhere. There's just these like big bags, and you bring them with you so that when you do your shopping, you don't have to use like 10 plastic bags to fit everything in it, when you can just use one of those reusable bags. And they're a lot easier to carry than plastic bags. They don't break like plastic bags, so I don't see any reason why you wouldn't be using these, because they are just amazing. And leading on from that as well, if you're doing like retail shopping, or if you're just buying some knickknacks, it's a really good idea to walk around with like just a tote bag on. So like, I have so many of these just like this, and whenever I leave the house, like I bring one of these with me, unless I'm going out at night, like I bring a big bag with me, just in case like I pick something up, and just in case like I go and buy something and I don't want to use the retail store's plastic bags, so you bring your own, so you got plenty of room to put stuff in there. And the third tip that I have to share with you is saying no to plastic straws. So straws actually have a very widespread impact on the environment. They take a very long time to actually decompose, and they are quite widespread. Like, you don't realize, but when you actually open your eyes and kind of notice how much plastic is being used, you realize like every cafe you go to will have plastic straws in like their iced coffees, and every bar you go to will have straws in their drinks. And it's a lot of plastic when you put it into perspective. Like, if I used like 10 straws in a week, imagine multiplying that by how many people are on the earth. Like, it's just absolutely colossal when you put it into the grand scheme of things. So you can say no to straws. Like, if you're in a cafe, just be like, can you please like make it without a straw? Or you can even bring your own straws with you. You can buy like stainless steel straws if you really like, if you're one of those people that hates drinking like wine without a straw or something. Like, the fourth tip that I have to share with you is toothbrushes. So you're meant to change your toothbrushes quite regularly, and of course toothbrushes are made of plastic, and the bristles are made of plastic as well. However, if you buy from some companies that make bamboo toothbrushes, and toothbrushes out of sustainable material, one of them is called Toothcrush, and I use their toothbrushes. You can buy like sets of them, and they have like this little marriage equality toothbrush as well, which I really love. With Toothcrush, you can get subscriptions on your toothbrushes as well, so you pay like, I think it's like $40 or something a year, and you get like it delivered when you would be due for a new toothbrush. So this isn't sponsored or anything, I just really love this brand, and I've been using those for a number of months now, and they're pretty good quality. So yeah, it's another small thing, it seems like, until you realize how many toothbrushes you're throwing away compared to how many other people in the world are throwing away that same amount of toothbrushes. The fifth tip that I have to share with you is in regards to getting takeaway food. So whenever I go to whenever I am planning on getting takeaway food, I bring my own Tupperware containers with me, because the majority of places will package your food in plastic packaging, particularly if you're getting, you know, takeaway meals. They'll just put them in those disposable plastic packaging. But if you bring your own with you, you can just ask for them to put the same amount in a container. If you're getting takeaway like really often, like I really would recommend getting one of those. It's just so much easier and so much better for the earth. So yeah, bring your own Tupperware. Sixth tip is kind of leading on for that, and it is about coffee cups. So for those of you who have been living under a rock, coffee cups are lined with plastic, and this plastic means that those cups that you might have originally thought to be cardboard are not able to be recycled in a lot of places. So the best way to get coffee or to get tea is to bring your own like bio cups. You can get these absolutely everywhere nowadays. This one's my favorite one. This one's called like the bio cup. It's like bring your own cup, which I think is really clever. But you can get like really funky patterned ones. You can make them personalizable. And these are such a good idea, and I just like, whenever I leave the house, I will bring a Tupperware container and some knives and forks, and of course this little bio cup, just in case I go out for lunch. The seventh tip that I have to share with you is to shop at bulk food stores. So rather than buying lots of foods and whole foods in, you know, packaged plastic from like larger you know, food stores, you can go to a lot of bulk food stores, and when you buy in bulk, you can just like even bring your own jar and get them to weigh it at the front, and then you just like scoop in how much you want of whatever product you're getting, and then you don't actually have to use any plastic whatsoever when you're doing that. Source Bulk Foods is an Australian store, which is really amazing. They have such good food, and when you actually buy in bulk, it's actually a lot cheaper as well, and you can get health foods for super cheap. So I'd recommend that for absolutely anyone. Leading on from that, the eighth tip that I have to share with you is in regards to buying fruit and vegetables. So you may have noticed that when you go to, for example, Coles or Woolies, when you are buying fruit, you have and vegetables, you have these plastic bags that you pull off, and then you like put your fruit into it. You don't have to use those bags. So when you are buying fruit and veggies, either just have them loose, or what I like to do is steal bags from the mushroom section, because they're always made out of paper, and then I'll just put like my beans in the mushroom bags and stuff like that. But you can also bring your own bags for it as well, so you can just bring like little sustainable bags to put your veggies in, or you can use cardboard boxes as well, especially if you're going to farmers markets or just markets to get your fruit and veggies. They have boxes there, like big cardboard ones for like fruit packaging and stuff, and you can just chuck everything in there instead of using a plastic bag. Like, it's such a simple tip. Also, it's a really good idea to carry around a reusable water bottle. You can go buy like glass ones anywhere. There's also plastic ones, but I'd opt for a glass one. They look so much nicer than like ugly plastic bottles, and it's so much more convenient. But if you are in a situation where you need to desperately buy a plastic bottle, don't throw it out. You can reuse it around the house. You can use it for a water bottle later on, but make sure you get a few uses out of it before you throw it out. And the 10th and final tip that I have to share with you today before I get carried away is not so much something about reducing your personal waste, but it's about helping the earth in general. So I do this thing probably like once a week, maybe once a fortnight, where I will go to the ocean or I'll go to the river and I'll bring one of those reusable bags, and I will pick up plastic and I will do like a little beach cleanup. You can also do beach cleanups with organisations such as like the Sea Shepherd in Australia, and even when you're just at the beach with your friends, there's a campaign going on, and I think it's called Take 3 for the Sea, and that means you pick up 3 pieces of rubbish every time you go to the beach or every time you go out. And although it's not your rubbish, it's still so vital to clean up after other people, because there unfortunately are so many people in the world who have complete disregard to nature, and they have a complete ignorance into the impact that they have on this earth. Yeah, I was at the river the other day, and I saw the most heartbreaking thing. I saw a little cutlery plastic packet without the cutlery in it, and it was already opened. And I saw like this weird kind of glimmer in it, and I was like, that's really odd, like what's going on here? And I looked closer and I saw a tiny little fish stuck inside this plastic bag trying to swim out of it. So it was like the bag was here and he was trying to swim like this. And it was awful to see that, because it really, you know, hit close to home, because it was just one plastic packet. But that fish, if I hadn't seen it and I hadn't taken it out of that plastic, would have suffocated and died. In a bit of plastic. It's so sad. So what I like to do whenever I go out is to pick up even just a little bit of rubbish. It may feel like you're not making a big impact, but you never know who you might save by picking that up, and you never know how much of an impact you can have by making the smallest of changes. So yeah, that is all the tips that I'm going to talk about today. I'd really love to talk more about this in the future if you guys are interested as well. It's something that I'm very passionate about and I could talk about for absolutely hours. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I just want you all to remember as well that even though you're one person in the world, the change that you make will make an impact. It's the butterfly effect. When you change your behavior, people around you will start to change their behavior. I really hope this has given you guys some food for thought, and I hope that in the future you are inclined to reduce your waste and to help Mother Earth, because she does so much for us and we just treat her like shit. So yeah, I am gonna stop rambling. I hope you all have such a beautiful day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!